ऐसे बीट दो. Welcome to another episode with Minutes with Alfanzo and Shahir. Today, what are we talking about, Alfie?
Yeah, well, I'm doing the thinking right now. You can go forward.
कुछ तो बताओ लेकिन.
We should pause the video.
We'll be right back. Okay, we're back live, and today we're going to talk about something very close to my heart, and Alfonso, it's close to your heart too, yes?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. We're going to be talking about integrity, or the lack thereof in today's world. Right. So, Alfie, how would you define integrity?
Not being a cheater, basically. Being original.
Okay, let's ask Baba Google.
Baba Google.
Hey Google, what is integrity?
Here's the definition of integrity: the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles.
Okay, so integrity is being honest and having strong moral principles, but I think we need to further define moral principles, like according to whom. Does religion define our morality? Do we define our morality? I think we agreed on this in another time that religion and morality can and are different beings.
That's true.
Right? They exist, they coexist, but they're not necessarily the same thing.
But for some people it could.
I mean, it could overlap.
They could be derivatives of each other.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be able to differentiate between those two things, but in their purest form, they are different. Right? And religion borrows off morality, not the other way around. Yeah, okay. So, moving on from this, let's talk about integrity in the university landscape, right? So, I'm sure you and I have all experienced people cheating, making others do assignments. We've also seen people chilling with the TAs, and we've seen people asking questions and going to bathrooms to look at their phones and stuff like that, right? I mean, we haven't seen people in the bathrooms, but pata chal jata. Yeah. And I feel like that this really destroys the whole purpose of education as a whole, and why we do it in the first place. And honestly, justify करने को like लाखों justifications होती है, right? People say कि ये course मेरे काम का नहीं है, जो courses मैं पढ़ना चाहता हूँ उनको मैं नहीं cheating करता या stuff like that, right? But the thing is कि by virtue, morality is supposed to be anchored. It is supposed to be something that is universally accepted in all acts of life. तो अगर मेरे करीब झूठ बोलना गलत है तो ideally I should not lie in any circumstance.
But like, what about those people who indulge in this behavior because of certain circumstances, such as they're facing a tough time at home, and they, for that particular quiz or whatever, they can't.
I get your point, but the question then is, where do you draw the line?
That's true.
And if it's something is...
And who draws the line?
And who decides, right?
Yeah.
And फिर तो, if that is how you want to institutionally implement it, then तो फिर अगर किसी के पास tough time हो तो फिर उस पर DCP नहीं लगनी चाहिए cheating करने के लिए.
That's true.
Right. But when we are acknowledging कि हाँ cheating
but like
करने
if you are a very bright student and your teachers are well aware of the fact that you're very smart and you do all of your assignments and whatnot, and for a particular quiz per se you can't study well or prepare, you have shit going on at home or whatever, and then you just end up with a bad grade, possibly just because of that one quiz due to that one night before the quiz. What about those situations?
But alternatively, there could be a person who is either in similar or worse circumstances as you are, and he decides not to cheat, right?
True.
Wouldn't that make the playing field uneven? Like, why should he be punished for doing the right thing? Hana?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in essence, as long as one person does not cheat at all, then everyone who is a cheater is doing wrong by him.
Yeah, आप definitely हक तो मार रहे हो तो.
हक मार रहे हो तो, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and considering in our university most courses are relative, so then you do end up screwing other people by virtue of whatever shit you get involved in, just so you could get a better grade. Then you end up screwing everyone else.
And the weird part is it starts very early. right?
Mm-hmm.
आप बचपन से इमला में इधर उधर से देख लेते हो आप like okay, so I was thinking, and right, cutting in line is the purest form of cheating I have ever seen in young children,
Yeah.
right? Right, it is
Probably the most common.
yeah, it is like literally आप किसी का हक मारो और एक बंदे का नहीं, आपके पीछे जितने लोग आ रहे हो
Yeah.
सबका हक मारो, right? And that is problematic. That's
Yeah.
something. तो I feel like कि हमें सिखाया जाता है कि झूठ ना बोलो, हमें सिखाया जाता है चोरी ना किया करो, पर हमें ये नहीं सिखाया जाता क्यों झूठ ना बोलो, क्यों चोरी नहीं किया करो, right?
Yeah.
Right, because those are the things that then, क्योंकि कोई चोरी नहीं करेगा, कोई पर्पसली झूठ नहीं बोलेगा, right? But अब उस एक्शन से अगर थोड़ा सा भी डिविएट होता है,
Mm-hmm.
right, if it's like मजाक या मैं चोरी नहीं कर रहा, मैं तो बस 2 मार्क का एमसी को कॉपी कर रहा हूँ, right?
Yeah.
तो it turns it around because आपको इतनी एब्सोल्यूट चीज़ों का सही गलत बताया हुआ होता है कि then you stop relating it to all the things around it that are basically the same thing,
Yeah.
है ना?
लेकिन आप ही बता दें फिर क्यों नहीं बोलना चाहिए झूठ, क्यों ये नहीं करना चाहिए सब.
Okay, so आप the way I look at it is, आफी की शक्ल दिखाओ, तुमने पूरा वक्त भी शक्ल नहीं दिखाई. The way I look at it is कि if there was a world where everyone lied,
Mm-hmm.
then that would not be a world I would like to live in.
Yeah, plus it would lead to chaos
It would
and
lead
so
to
much
chaos. So you can't-
subjectivity.
Yeah, you can't have
People.
human civilization with everyone lying all the time, right?
Yeah.
So फिर then what
But-
you do, then you stop everyone from lying.
What about lying for? मतलब what if the ends justify the means? Like what if you're lying for a good cause?
देखो, for me
Like people you मतलब in ऐसी situations में भी काफी ज़्यादा होता है कि
जान
like,
बचाने के
हाँ,
लिए
हाँ,
या
नहीं नहीं ये जान बचाने के लिए या उसके अलावा भी like when a person is very old, like say my or your grandparents
उनका
or
दिल
whatever,
रखने के लिए.
yeah, and then you find out कि their spouse has passed away, and then you just don't tell them कि their spouse or whatever their kid has passed away because you know that will probably send them in
That was a
shock
very
and-
very
yeah.
dark example.
Yeah,
देखो,
but like
I
these
feel like
situations do
I
arise.
feel like now I'm borrowing a little bit from economics and I'm borrowing a little bit from philosophy, but I feel like virtue is at the margin,
Mm-hmm.
right? क्योंकि आपको नहीं पता है कल क्या होना है,
Yeah.
right? And not being completely knowledgeable about all future aspects, you cannot make a claim कि यार मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि this lie would lead to this good, because you really don't know where it's going, right? You can try to understand, but in my experience, okay, so I stopped lying altogether 3 or 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Best decision I've ever made. ठीक है?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because like फिर life is so simple, and like
Then there's no consequences you have to be worried about.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
there's-
making shit up
सब
just
सामने,
to support
सब
that.
सामने.
Yeah, yeah.
And I agree, मैं बहुत सारी चीजें बोल देता हूँ जो मुझे नहीं बोलनी चाहिए,
Mhm.
because I don't lie. I'm like bluntly honest about things. It
Mhm.
has gotten me into some tough situations.
Yeah.
But I mean, it only takes like इतनी देर for the person to realize कि अच्छा, you're not an a-hole, you're just being genuine,
Yeah.
right? But so lying is for me a universal bad. You should never lie ever.
What do you feel about omitting information? Would that be considered lying or what?
Okay, so this is a good gray area that you brought up.
Mhm.
ठीक है? So this is just my personal view about it.
Everything else,
Yeah.
just like everything else.
When someone asks you point blank about something
Mm-hmm.
and you do not want to tell them the truth,
Mm-hmm.
so what I do is I say that I do not want to answer this question,
Alright.
right? And I've done this with a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because in some situations, either you feel too embarrassed to answer the
Mhm.
question, or it's just like in your space and you just
Yeah.
don't want to answer this question. So not lying does not imply that you're always saying everything and that everything is the truth. Not implying means के not lying implies कि आप जो बोले वो सच हो.
But what if you know someone is acting out on a certain piece of information and you have some information that negates that information, but you still choose not to tell them or whatever, and they end up doing that shit which leads to further shit?
I think
So, like,
that's a
Would you
Whether or
say
not-
that a person is obliged to tell them at that point?
no. I don't feel like if it's something that does not concern me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like अच्छा, okay, if it's something that does concern me,
Yeah.
then ideally I would speak that. Okay, so if a piece of knowledge.
Also ये हम काफी ज्यादा step up चले गए 2 मिनट से
हाँ
15 मिनट शायद हो
ये
गए।
hours में Shahir and
ये
Alfie
तो
हो रहा
shit
था.
हो जाएगा।
Okay guys, I think let's leave it at that.
हाँ, we
Okay.
can pick up on this later.
We'll pick up on this on the next episode
Next
of Alfanzo, Shahir and Alfanzo.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है. What are we calling this episode? Let's call
More
it-
minutes with.
Let's call it Minutes with Shahir and Alfanzo. Truth Part 1.
Truth Part 1.
Okay.
Truth तो थोड़ा सा deep
Okay,
है।
Alfie की शक्ल दिखा दो.
Yeah.
Bye guys.